Hi folks, today is something very basic, but you need to do this with all the papers that you write for this online class and when you follow this format for any other classes that you might write. You need to have the proper heading. At PTI and at most universities, we use what is called the Modern Language Association format, an MLA for short. And this is a very professional, formal format that you need to use when you are writing college papers. So when you submit your compositions to me, it must be in this format or you will lose points. So today I want to kind of show you, give you a demonstration on how to set up your paper. If you remember in your course documents, the first link dealing with syllabus and the rubric for discussion board, the third item there talks about the MLA format for compositions for college essays. So you will have step-by-step directions for you to do this on your own. But I think today if you actually see this, it's going to help you understand it a lot better. First of all, let me caution you that there are many ways to arrive at this. And a lot of times I'll have students in lab who figure I can just put this format on my paper on my own. I don't have to follow Mrs. George's step by step. And then when they start typing papers that run to 2, 3, 4 pages in length, they have the wrong header because the header goes on every page, the page numbers all stay at 1, and it becomes very frustrating. So if you actually follow the rules that are set up, the directions step by step that are in your course documents under the syllabus, you will be able to do this without fault every time. So if you take a close look, this is how you should set up your papers. A couple of general items. When you are typing your papers for PTI, any course, you should use size 12 font and you should use Times New Roman font. Also, when you write the content of your paper, everything should be double spaced. The information in your heading should be double spaced also. And all of this is typed on the list in the Word documents. So first of all, before we start writing your paper, you want to make sure that you get the heading going. All you need to do is to take your mouse. Okay, once you double click at the very top center of your paper, you will notice that we have a blue dotted line. This is the header. The first item that you want to do is you want to go over to your bar on the top, and do you see it says page number? And actually there is, looks like a little tic-tac-toe board that you would play. Also is the number sign. What you want to do is you want to click on that and then move your cursor to the first line. It says top of page, and you see the little hourglass comes, and this opens up various planes for the setup of your page. You're going to slide over and go down to plane number 3. Notice on plane number 3, the number 1 is in the right hand corner. You will click on plane number 3, and here you go. Right on your paper is the number 1. Don't try to do anything with that number 1. Some students try to get rid of it or move it around. It's exactly where it should be, and all you have to do is type in your last name. For demonstration purposes, my last name is going to be Smith. I am the student Susan Smith. So I'm going to type in Smith. I'm going to hit the space bar once, and I have the first part of my header. Now, if you recall, I mentioned that the font should always be Times New Roman 12. Unfortunately, Word 2007, that's not the default font. So a lot of times we have to change it. So what I need to do is, what it's in now is Calibri 11. I'm going to highlight my last name and the page number, and then I'm going to go over to Home. Once I'm at home, you will notice that I have my different font sizes, and I need to change this from Calibri 11 to Times New Roman 12. I have Times New Roman, I click, I go back up to the font size, I go to 12. I can click anywhere in the white area to get rid of my highlighter. Now I want to double click beneath the dotted line, and it takes the heading away. One thing that you will notice, this is in a lighter gray color. As I am typing my paper, I could type 65 pages. And as I type those 65 pages, every time I go to a new page, it's going to say Smith 2, then Smith 3, Smith 4, Smith 5. I don't have to do anything more with it. And on every page of your document, according to MLA format, you should have your last name in the upper right-hand corner with the page number. That goes on every page. Now, on the very first page of your document, there's some material that needs to be there, but only on the first page. So you notice it's no longer in the header. I'm typing this material just on my first page. So first of all, you're going to type your own name first and last. And I believe I called this young lady Susan Smith. I will hit enter, and it automatically is double spaced for my heading. And we need to type in the course code, the name of our course and the code that's used in the college catalog. So for English Comp 1, it's going to be capital GEE. Right next to it, the course number is 100. You're going to type in a colon, double space, and then you're going to type English, and you can put English Comp 1. Hit enter, spaced automatically for you, and you're going to type in your instructor's name. And my name is Mrs. George. You will hit enter, and then you're going to type in the date. Please spell out the month, and then have the numeral for the day, the comma, and then the complete year. Okay. So today we have April 20th, 2011. Now you have your header. You want to start your document, hit enter twice, and you are ready to start writing. If you want, or you're going to use a title, you want to go up, click on center, and suppose the title of your paper is a lesson learned. I have my title, it's centered. I want to start typing my paper. I'm going to go back. To hit enter first, class, sorry. I'm going to go back. Notice it's still centered. I want to start my paper. I go left alignment, and I'm ready to start typing my paper. So as I'm working on my paper, we're pretending I'm typing, I have all of my material. Oops, I typed onto my second page. I have Smith 2. As I said, I can do this 65 more times, and it will number the page for me. And yet, the material that was in the upper left-hand corner on the first page is no longer there, and it should not be. The only thing on all of your subsequent pages is your last name and the page number. This needs to be done for all of the papers that you write, definitely in composition class. If you are going to be taking ethics, if you're an IT student, I know Mr. Fellers has you write a lot. In most of your classes, if you're a safety and security student, you will have incident reports to write. You might have to write it in an essay form for the class. This is the heading that you should use. So I hope that you refer to this a lot, throughout this course, throughout the 11 weeks, because you will be writing 3 major papers, and I will not accept a paper unless the heading is this way. So when you're completed your paper, you will make this as an attachment, send it to me as a Word document as an attachment, and this is the way it should appear. I should not receive any papers with just a handwritten name on it. If you happen to turn it into the campus at North Fayette, I certainly should just not have a copy with a name on it. It should appear this way.